Welcome back to a new episode of my series RedAux Reviews, where me and sometimes the kids create brief 5-minute only reviews of the games we've been playing. You'll be hearing us give our thoughts on new games and retro games, and you'll hear our pros and cons from different points of view, as well as a quick spoiler-free summary. Today, we're reviewing Contra for the NES. Contra was released first as an arcade game back in 1987, with a cart version for the NES published in 1988. The backstory is that you play as either Bill or Lance, a couple of commando dudes working to stop the evil Red Falcon organization, thereby destroying their bases and saving the world. Neat. This game also features the famous Konami code, and has a 2-player couch co-op type feature, which makes it really fun and also kinda wild to play with your kids. The game controls are super straightforward and easy to pick up. I was surprised initially at how slow and floaty your character seems to move. His running and jumping seems so much slower than, say, a Mario game at the time, but there's so much going on the screen, it's helpful to have that slower, bigger jump, as well as a slightly slower running speed. Once you put this game down for a couple days and then pick it back up, I found I needed some time to readjust to the controls. Plus, since it's a one-hit death type of situation, well, mostly, I ended up with lots of warm-up practice some nights. Although I'm no expert in gaming history, one thing that I think makes Contra unique is how the game combines the side-scrolling always go right side view with the base levels, which have that top-down view. And also the waterfall level, which involves leaping up platforms to the top of the, well, waterfall. The controls are also pretty gosh darn cutting edge for the time too. I was super excited to be able to shoot up and down and even diagonal. How awesome is that? 2 additional mechanics which I think really support the gameplay are unlimited ammo and the gun power-ups. Sure, the spread gun is the most fun for mowing people down, but also I had a blast with the lasers and the rapid-fire machine gun combo. The fireball gun, however, was not so great. And don't forget to grab that B for Be Invincible when you stumble across one too. The soundtrack for this game is absolutely the cat jam. Sometimes I still listen to the soundtrack when I'm writing or working because it's just that much fun. You can tell that there was some real love and attention spent on designing the soundtrack. Tunes are very catchy, fast-paced, and I could absolutely see some heavy metal covers developing from these songs, or maybe even a theme to a Chuck Norris action flick from the 1980s. Honestly, is there a more hype opening track for the NES than the Stage 3, The Waterfall? I think not. Anyway, for me, a game with a well-designed score is really appealing and adds to the replayability. Finally, I think it's important to remember that this game is ridiculous in its difficulty. No wonder everybody played this with the Konami code. It was a quarter-eater as an arcade classic, and it saves itself with infinite continues in the NES game. I found each level super difficult, and I spent extra amount of time learning how to play the game using the ducking and crouching feature for the side-scroll levels. I also spent hours learning how to beat those top-down base levels. Each new level, each new boss, and each new segment was super challenging, and this game goes down as one of the most difficult games I've played on the NES to date. With all that said, when I first played this as an adult, I was struck by how much fun this game is. As someone relatively inexperienced with the run-and-gun genre from which this game hails, I found the gameplay so satisfying. I found myself extra excited to play it night after night on stream. Nothing like mowing down a bunch of enemies with a spread gun after a long, frustrating day. So if you have the opportunity to check this one out for some runnin' and spread gunnin', I think you're in for an enjoyable time. Thank you for watching RedAux Reviews. I'm looking forward to continuing this series with more reviews. If you have a suggestion for a game you'd like me or the kids to review, please post it to the comments section. Check out our live stream on Twitch for family-friendly gaming content, both modern and retro, and thank you for stopping by.